Well, I'm sitting out here on my front porch. Got a freshly brewed cup of coffee. Oh, yeah. And I got a buddy out here. Say hello, Gray Gray. I've got my beautiful hibiscus bushes and trees. And, I could sit inside and work on stuff. But out here, I can listen to the birds. I can look at the pretty flowers. I can be here with Grayson, who is quite engaged because he likes people watching, bird watching, bug watching, leaves skittering by, watching those. So it's just so lovely and pleasant outside. Sometimes, honestly and truly, we don't want to make the effort to walk the few steps that would bring us outdoors. Yeah, sometimes you might need to put on a jacket or boots, maybe a raincoat or get an umbrella. It really is worth it to have a change of scenery, even if it's just the difference from inside to outside. Seriously. It can change your whole mindset. Sometimes, and this is a little bit about mental health, sometimes we get stuck in a thought pattern and it's hard to get out of it. And if we will get up, actually sometimes just getting up can make a difference in what we're thinking. But if we get up, have a change of scenery, a change of even how the air feels on us, the temperature, the things that we see, it can enable us to break out of thought patterns that can be troublesome sometimes if we stick on them, and enable us to think of other things. Sometimes we can be thinking so much about something that's bothering us, or, like people who are trying to improve their nutrition can be stuck on a craving they have. I mean, they, with every cell in their body, want to have whatever it is. Honestly, this works for that too. Just a change of things coming into your senses can help you to think very differently and shake off that thought pattern that's not the best for you and open you to new things. Right, Grayson? And you don't have to have pretty flowers to look at. It's okay. Just the change in what you are seeing and feeling and hearing and observing. Just one little change can enable a lot of other things in your life to change. Give it a try. So, one other thing to think about is this. Your greatest power is your ability to choose one thought over another. So, if you're thinking thoughts that are not doing you good, that are not serving you well, stop. Take a deep breath. Maybe take 2 or 3 deep breaths and say to yourself, okay, what are my choices here? What I'm saying is kind of challenge that thought. Why am I thinking this? What can I do? If I do this, what will be the result? If I do that, what will be the result? How do I feel about that? Is that what I want? Ultimately, I realize right at the moment I'm thinking about this thing, but how am I going to feel a little later, tomorrow, next week? And make a choice. Which choice do you want to live with? Which choice will you be happy with a little bit later and tomorrow, next week, next year? So don't just think about right now. I went through a period of time in the last few months where I had a lot of upper respiratory things going on, made me feel miserable. And it just seemed like, I'd get well, and then a few weeks later, I'd get sick again. It was so difficult. And I stopped thinking about my food choices. How will I feel about this later on? I just thought about right now, I just want to feel better right now. Well, 10 or 15 pounds later, I'm thinking now about my food choices. And, I'm realizing, hey, even if I'm sick and if I'm feeling lousy, I don't have to make choices that make me, supposedly feel comforted right now. I can tough it through, and then I won't have to in the future say, and 10 or 15 pounds later, I can be, 10 or 15 pounds down, and in general feeling much better physically and mentally. If God willing, you and I have a future, I think it's worth it to make some good choices so that we enjoy that future rather than saying, oh, why did I make those decisions? So, if you're thinking, why did I make those decisions? And I'm implying poor decisions here. You can't go back and change the past, give up the hope for a better past, right? But what you can do is learn from the decisions that you've made, learn and grow. And then that makes them stepping stones to a better life. That's what I'm doing anyway. Join me. This has been brought to you by Mama Stella's Whiz Bang. You can find me on YouTube